Hello, I'm Martin, and I do voiceover.
I'm Joe, and I make websites.
And we want to see if we can become business friends with business people in just 5 minutes. It could be the start of an amazing business relationship.
Or it could be a complete and utter waste of time.
Still, it's only 5 minutes.
Start the
Timer.
Well, fancy seeing you here. Please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Hello, Martin. Hello, Joe. My name's Marc Lawrence. I'm a motion designer and editor, and I work mainly with agencies and direct with marketing people to so their brand is perceived in a better way with animated video.
What's the difference between motion design and animation?
Oh, you had to ask that, didn't you?
Sorry.
Essentially, you could lump it into the same box. Generally, when people think of animation, they think of Disney. They think of traditional stop frame animation. For example, when I said to my mum, "Oh, I animate stuff," she said, "Oh, like Toy Story." No, not really like Toy Story at all. So the animation is a huge umbrella
Less
term.
of a one-person job to do a feature film.
Yes, I think so. It's a huge umbrella term that incorporates many different sort of skill sets. You could be a 3D animator. You could be a 3D animator that does characters like Toy Story. You could be a 3D animator that produces product shots like whiskey bottles for adverts, digital adverts. You could be a stop frame animator. I'm essentially a motion designer, which means I animate graphics. So if you have an advert that your graphic designer has created, and you need the copy to move, you need the logo to move, you need patterns, anything within that design to move, then the artwork or graphic designer will pass that on to the motion designer to breathe life into it with motion.
Yeah.
How did you end up? Go on. Just like to point out that when you said whiskey bottles, Joe's eyes lit up.
Moving on. How did you end up doing what you're doing now?
I was always mesmerised by TV idents when I was a kid, like the MTV TV idents, the BBC TV idents. If anyone doesn't know what an ident is, it was the short bits of programming between shows that you see with the big two for BBC Two and the MTV sort of coming up stuff.
Yeah.
I was just mesmerised by those kind of things. I knew that's the way I wanted to go. I don't know why. I was just sort of innately drawn towards it. So I sort of studied fine art, which really has kind of tenuous links to design. And we started using Max at the end of our third year. So I sort of stepped into animation software at that point, although it was another 2-3 years before I got my first sort of real animation job, because you have to start from from below the bottom in any sort of creative role. I just worked my way up from an art working perspective when we were called Mac operators. And it was who you know, and I find myself 20 years later in a position that I feel very grateful for, working from home.
Nice.
Who was your favourite teacher at school and why?
My favourite teacher was my art teacher, because he spoke to people in a normal human manner, and he swore regularly. Which for some reason I don't know why that was funny, but it meant he was human and approachable. And he didn't swear at me or other kids.
1 minute warning.
That you knew of.
He'd swear under his breath. It's more under his breath. And we'd all giggle.
What is
to each other.
the favourite thing that you own?
It's the favourite thing that I own. Oh, that's a toughie. I would say in my garage I've got some screen print meshes that I haven't used for quite a while. But when I had the time, I was able to do some DIY screen printing in my garage, and I've got they're still there. They haven't been torn or ripped or anything. And one day when I get the time, I will be back to screen printing.
Nice.
Why should we hire you, Mark?
Because I love what you do, and I will make your work stand out better. There you go.
That was
can do a
beautiful.
countdown, go ahead.
Thank you.
What do you think? Did we
felt like
just
I was on a
spark
game
a
show.
valuable new business relationship? Or should we have taken a coffee break instead?
Joe's good at that.
We'll be back soon to try to make more business friends. We're very lonely. Do you want to be our friend? Or maybe you could suggest someone we can chat to be friends with them. Drop us an email. friends@5mbf.co.uk.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Brilliant.
Mark. It goes quick, doesn't it?
Oh, I need a coffee. I need a coffee now. I feel I need a coffee
Yeah, it's like
or
that.
something strong.